What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maddison Hill, and yes, it's time for another Pop Off with Maddison. For today's Pop Off, I'm going to be talking all about Britney Spears. Now, I asked you guys if you wanted me to discuss Britney on my Instagram yesterday, and I've also read some of your comments on my other videos, so I am finally breaching the topic of Britney Spears' conservatorship. Specifically in this Pop Off, I want to talk about Britney's sister, Jamie Lynn Spears, and the statement she made on her Instagram stories yesterday because it did not go over well at all. In addition to Jamie Lynn speaking out, Britney's ex-husband Kevin Federline has also released a statement, so I also want to fill you guys in on that. Honestly, this whole Britney Spears conservatorship situation is absolutely crazy to me, and I want to make it very clear up front that I am not an expert on this at all. I am very aware that there are podcasts out there and probably even fans out there that know more than me, and that's totally okay. However, in this video and what my goal for this pop-off is to give you guys a brief overview of what exactly is happening, tell you what her sister had to say, what her ex-husband had to say, and where we go from here. Because based on everything I've read and researched, it's not as easy as a judge just saying, poof, the conservatorship is over, Britney is free, even though that's what we would all like to see happen. Based on everything I'm seeing, that's not exactly the case. So now that you know what to expect in this video, and now that you know I am definitely not a Britney Spears expert by any means, I am just a fan and someone who feels like she should be in control of her own life. Without further ado, let's get to unwrapping these Britney Spears facts. Alright, so as you all probably know by now, Britney Spears entered into a conservatorship back in 2008. This is after she had an apparent breakdown. Her father, Jamie Spears, was originally in charge of the conservatorship along with an attorney. This head of conservatorship position put Britney's father in charge of her estate, financial assets, and basically her daily needs. I do want to mention that many legal experts have weighed in, especially over the past week, and have said that a conservatorship of this magnitude for somebody who is young and still able to work is highly unusual. And to further prove that Britney's conservatorship case is very unusual, I want to point out that through this conservatorship, Britney has been able to release several albums, she was a judge on X Factor, and she had an incredibly successful Vegas residency. So it's interesting that she's been deemed unfit to be in control of her life, yet she's fit enough to work, make millions of dollars, and employ other people. Now, as we've come to find out, Britney Spears' dad, Jamie, has reportedly abused his position in the conservatorship, not only by violating his daughter's rights to be a human, but by also taking a large sum of money that she earned. In fact, back in 2019, Jamie was actually removed from being the conservator on Britney's conservatorship. However, that was just the start of a very long road for Britney to end this conservatorship once and for all. Last week, Britney Spears finally had the opportunity for her own voice to be heard in regards to this conservatorship, and she talked about the abuse and mistreatment she suffered under the conservatorship and at the hands of her father. Britney's testimony was incredibly, I can't emphasize enough, incredibly heartbreaking. She talked about how she was forced to work 10 hours a day, and if she didn't, she was threatened that she wouldn't see her children. She also shared that she currently has an IUD in her body to prevent her from getting pregnant, and that she wants it taken out, and that she's asked to go to the doctor to have it taken out, and she has not been able to do that. Britney also talked about how she can't sleep, how she cries all the time, how she's unhappy. There is honestly so much in her testimony, and those were just the things that stuck out to me and really hit me in the heart. And honestly, I encourage you, if you haven't listened to her testimony, definitely go find it online. It is plastered everywhere. You can hear her in her own words. The things that Britney has allegedly been enduring are absolutely awful. Now, since Britney's testimony, people have been waiting to see what Britney's family has to say, especially because during that testimony, yes, she placed blame on her dad, but also her entire family, and made it clear to the judge that eventually she wants to sue her entire family. And now her younger sister, Jamie Lynn Spears, has broken her silence. In a series of Instagram stories, Jamie Lynn started off by saying that she finally feels okay to speak on this subject now that Britney Spears so bravely spoke out about it herself in court. Essentially, Jamie pushed the notion that she's always supported and loved her big sister, and that her priority has always been being a sister to Britney and an aunt to her children. Jamie went on to say that just because she hasn't publicly posted a hashtag, by the way, she never said hashtag free Britney, that doesn't mean that she hasn't had private conversations with her sister where she's expressed her support. Jamie went on to say that no matter what her sister does, whether that be running away to the rainforest and having babies or coming back and dominating like she has before, that she supports and loves her. Now, having said all of that, I just want to fill you guys in on one more piece of information. You see, back in August of 2020, Jamie Lynn was named the trustee of Britney's estate. So according to legal documents, Jamie is, quote, the sole beneficiary of the SJB Trust, which was actually created by Britney in 2004 to protect her two sons' financial future and her fortune. So I just wanted to point that out because it kind of shows that Jamie definitely had other motivations for not speaking out on behalf of her sister before this, and I feel like she only spoke out now because of public pressure. Sorry, I know I'm already starting going to pop off, but this whole situation just really frustrates me. I'm going to keep going with the facts. It's no secret that Jamie's plea on social media was not received well by the public at all. People were going off about her on Twitter, Instagram, and it even got to the point that now she's limited her comments. Many people pointed out that Jamie wouldn't even have a career if it weren't for Britney, and there's a lot of speculation that Jamie has profited from her sister's conservatorship. In addition to Britney's younger sister speaking out, her ex-husband Kevin Federline also released a statement. His lawyer spoke to Entertainment Tonight and said, quote, "What is best for her, Kevin supports her in being able to do that. It doesn't matter how positive of an effect a conservatorship has had if it's having a deleterious effect and detrimental effect on her state of mind. So he supports her having the best environment for her to live in and for his children to visit with their mother in. Kevin feels that the best thing for his children is for their mother to be happy and healthy." It's also worth mentioning that Kevin currently has primary custody of him and Britney's 2 sons. Now, as far as the next steps to end Britney's conservatorship, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's a freaking long road. Just because she's made it clear that she wants it terminated and that she wants her family to pay for the suffering that they've caused doesn't mean that the judge is just going to come out tomorrow and say it's over. In fact, a petition to even terminate the conservatorship, this is crazy, has not even been filed yet, and it's been 6 days since Britney testified in court. Now, if that's changed since the posting of this video, which I hope it has changed, let's hope a petition has been filed. Please forgive me for this detail, but as of right now, the time I'm filming this, it has been 6 days since Britney spoke out in court, and there has been no petition filed to terminate the conservatorship. According to conservatorship expert Sarah J. Wentz, who spoke to the Today Show, the only way there would be a quick judgment in Britney's case is, quote, "if the conservators agree jointly that now is the time to terminate." However, if the petition to end the conservatorship is contested, which Britney has alluded to the fact that she does believe her dad will likely contest it, and because he's Jamie Spears, we know he's gonna contest it, then it will, quote, "basically be a trial where each side presents evidence to show why it's needed or why it's not needed. This can be an extensive process." Again, those are Sarah J. Wentz's words, who spoke to the Today Show. This Today Show conservatorship expert shared that a trial like this can take years and would require a high number of depositions, aka people's testimonies. Sarah Wentz went on to say, quote, "It's going to be hard to prove some of the things that she's saying, but there could be caregivers who witnessed a lot of this stuff and could corroborate her statements. If there is a termination petition filed and it's opposed, I think it will be a long drawn out battle because over 13 years, there are a lot of witnesses that they would want to depose to use as evidence." All right, you guys, now that you have all of that basic info, what's going on, what Jamie had to say, what Kevin had to say, and what future steps Britney Spears could have to take, I am ready to pop off about this. I'm not gonna do a shambong. I'm not gonna pop any champagne because honestly, it just feels a little weird to do so when our girl Britney is in such a dire situation. So honestly, I'm just gonna hydrate and let's get to popping off. So personally, when it comes to Britney's conservatorship, I think it is absolutely ridiculous that she is still in it after all of these years. I do not understand how a court can make the decision that someone cannot run their own life, yet this same person can work for a decade, make millions of dollars, and employ several other people. And to make matters even worse, some of these people, like her dad especially, he's made millions from being in charge of this conservatorship. These people have been making money off of Britney's suffering. It is absolutely mind-boggling to me. Honestly, the whole situation is just so freaking nauseating to me. I actually read an interesting article in Forbes and it was talking about Britney's net worth. Now, Britney Spears' net worth is $60 million, which yes, is a lot, but compared to her peers who have had a similar amount of success, this is actually much, much lower than a lot of other artists who are like Britney Spears. But you know what's crazy? Her reported profit is about $485 million. At least I think that's what the article said. Let's say 400 million just to be safe. But the fact that she has profited over $400 million and yet the only thing she has to show for it is 60 million should show you that this conservatorship is being poorly ran. And truthfully, at the end of it all, I don't even think Britney wants to run her own money and run her estate and run her finances. Hell, I wouldn't want that either. I'm bad at math and I would absolutely screw something up. Ultimately, all Britney is asking for is the ability to pick her own counsel and not have a court-appointed attorney, to end the conservatorship, and then just live her own freaking life. Drive in her car, drive in her boyfriend's car, stay in her kitchen cabinets, spend time with her kids. She's not asking for a lot. And in my opinion, I feel like she's earned those things in life after all that she's been through, and all all the years that she has worked her freaking butt off. Clearly, I'm a fan of the Free Britney movement and a fan of Britney's conservatorship ending, but as far as what her sister Jamie Lynn had to say, you guys, honestly, I couldn't even process it because I was too distracted by the fake tears coming out of her eyes. You know, as a sister myself, if my sister was being treated like that, you bet your freaking bottom dollar that I would do everything in my power to make sure that that suffering ended. And the fact that Jamie Lynn hasn't kind of says it all right there for me. In my opinion, I think Jamie Lynn should have kept this lame statement to herself. I don't think it did her any favors, and in fact, I feel like it just made the public dislike her that much more. And the last thing I'm gonna say about Jamie's statement is that she can say she's not her family and she's her own person all she wants, but Britney said that she wants to sue her whole family with her whole entire chest in court, and she did not say minus her sister, so to me, that kind of says it all. As far as Kevin Federline is concerned, if you would have told me in the early 2000s that Kevin Federline would end up being a respectable father, I probably would have not believed you. He used to be a real big mess back in the day, but the fact that he made sure his lawyers made a statement in support of Britney and in support of her health and happiness, I think is great. Do I think the statement could have said more? Of course, but at the end of the day, his job is to protect Britney's two sons, and if he gets messy in the media and messy in the press, that's not going to protect her sons, and ultimately, I feel like they're both on the same page when it comes to that. At the end of the day, as much as it pains me to say this, I feel like it's going to be a very long and hard road for Britney's conservatorship to end because I don't think her dad is going to let it end that easily. So unfortunately, I feel like Britney definitely has a trial in her future. I feel like she's definitely going to have to talk to the court more herself in the future. And ultimately, I just hope that this battle doesn't take another decade because Britney Spears deserves to live her life and on her own terms. All right, you guys, that is all I have for you on this Britney Spears pop-off. I want to hear your thoughts and feels down below. While you're at it, please give this video a thumbs up. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't forget that notification bell. For more celeb content, fashion, and lifestyle, make sure you follow me over on my Instagram, and of course, don't forget my TikTok. While you're at it, make sure you check out my merch store at houseofhill.com. And on that note, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!